Let's take a couple iconic shonen MCs and put them through the same test Gon went through. Which of them could pass the Hunter exam?
Yeah, Gon. Not Gon. Not Goni. I don't know why motherfuckers made fun of me when I called him Gon. That's his name. When you hear Killua say his name, he's not like Gon. He says Gon. Gon.
For this, I actually asked you guys what characters you wanted to see in it, and here are some of the popular suggestions that I liked.
I missed
Kid
the show
Goku,
so much.
Izuku
Maybe I should react to it for the first time ever.
Midoriya, Yusuke Urameshi, which feels really fitting here since we're talking about Hunter x Hunter. Yuji Itadori, with no Sukuna obviously. Monkey D. Luffy, and we have 2 JoJo reps in here with Joseph Joestar and Jotaro Kujo. To do this, we're actually taking each MC.
God, this guy's saying the names with no Japanese effort. I love it.
From their first
Jotaro Kujo
arc, since that's going to yield the most interesting results. Most of the people taking part in this exam didn't have their Nen abilities after all. So we're trying to simulate that here. It's going to be based on their intelligence and abilities from that point, and we'll also treat these characters as if they're from this verse. So another interesting request I got is to split this up in 2 ways. The first is by just looking at their raw stats.
This is interesting.
If
this is better than the fucking digital circus shit.
Abilities aren't based on something they're born with, they're not going to have it. So for example, Yuji's not going to have Sukuna here, but he has his innate raw strength. Luffy's not going to have his devil fruit. Deku's not going to have one for all, etc., etc.
Wow,
take
okay.
The Hunter exam just with their raw stats.
Wow, but that's interesting. So no OP, no Sukuna, no smash, none of that shit. What else? No yeah, devil fruit. What the fuck is Luffy gonna do without the devil fruit? He ain't passing this shit.
Failing the exam, then we're going to be looking at a buffed version of
Is he?
Either with their stats equalized to Gon, or we're going to...
Wait, we'll get to it.
So basically, if they fail the first time, this makes it a competition of intelligence and adaptability, instead of just focusing on their physical abilities. This will give everyone a chance at passing, because as Netero stated in chapter 33, the exam does score people based on physical ability, mental acuity, and impression. It wouldn't be fair to snub a character just because they scale lower, especially with how much the scaling varies for everybody here. Since the exam changes each time, for the sake of this video, we're going to be using the same exam that Gon took. We'll also assume it has the same exact participants, so people like Illumi and Hizuka will still be threats, among others. And the exam will go all the way up to unlocking...
I love that he's making all of these rules. The effort, bro. More effort than I was able to put in my digital circus reaction.
Just obtaining a license.
Way more than that.
This is part of the exam after all, so it will be included. To make things easier, on screen I'll show each phase of the exam with their pass or fail status. Of course, they need to pass everything in a row in order to get their license. Here's the phases we have. The preliminary, the first phase, which is the run, the second phase, which is the egg hunt.
This guy should write a fucking manga.
And for Trick Tower, we're going to assume that whatever MC we're looking at is in the same exact group as Gon. Replacing Tonpa. The fourth phase at Zevon
Replacing
Island,
Tonpa.
And the final phase, which is that tournament.
So yeah, imagine like Luffy's the one with the what's it called? The drink that makes you shit.
Where they need 1 win. Followed up by them discovering and unlocking Nen. Of course, needing a teacher for that. Who has what it takes to be the next Hunter? First, we'll begin with Kid Goku. Right off the bat, one thing he has an advantage with is his tail. Since we're trying to fit him into the series,
bro, he's like half man, half monkey.
He has an unknown origin, either
of course he's passing that shit, bro. What do y'all think?
Beast. With Goku, we're not removing his powers because this is something he's born with. Him being a Saiyan is an innate trait.
Look at him. Look at all the shit he's doing. He could pass that shit easily.
During one of these phases, that could be a really
Isn't he like a god or some shit?
Figuratively and literally. But his tail's really nice to have because it's an extra limb, and he might even be able to figure out how to...
He already saw, like, Bulma's tits and shit. Like, he could pass anything in life. He's not a sim.
Like he eventually did in the actual series. Basically spinning it like a helicopter. And even without that stuff...
He's an alpha male already. Look, he could just spin. He could fly.
In the first arc, we see him crushing boulders, lifting and destroying cars, defeating huge animals, and just overall being a real menace. He's pretty fast, too. Roshi stated he should be able to run over.
Like, I haven't even seen him pass episode 1 as Kid Goku, and I could tell you that he's doing it. Y'all said he could destroy moons? Yeah.
An hour, and it's hard to gauge his combat speed and reaction.
You think he can't beat Tonpa?
But based on animals he's fought, he seems to be at least subsonic. Beyond those stats, he's obviously a prodigy and is able to copy.
He'd probably be in the Phantom Troop.
And he's lived in the woods alone for years, so he has the survival instincts and skills that he needs too. Overall, I think it's really safe to say Goku could pass the entire exam with no issues at all. None of these phases really pose any sort of challenge to him, and really the biggest issue is him being able to turn into a grade 8 because this could happen at any time, and that would really screw things over. Although mostly for the other contestants, not really for him. If Hizuka antagonizes him, that would be an issue given his strength at this point, but I don't see him or Illumi getting in his way at all.
Like, remember the motherfuckers from the exam with the baseball bats? You think he can't beat those guys? It was like a 3 of them with the baseball bats. I thought they were the big Hunter villains. Like, oh shit, look at the way they're looking at Killua. They're like, little kid. Yeah, Yeah, Mirum has nothing on those fucking baseball bastards. Nothing.
The craziest part is this is all pre-training. Literally right from chapter 1, Goku's just him. Next we get to Deku. So this one's pretty interesting because we're
remember the guy remember the guy from the exam with a monkey? Exactly.
looking at Deku being
They didn't have baseball bats? They didn't have bats, but they look like baseball players.
quirkless here. It's a bit hard to scale chapter 1.
Nah, I don't know, man. Deku was just like a normal kid. I mean, he ran to save Bakugo from the sludge monster and shit. But like, what'd he do? Like, he's not making it. You think he's gonna you think he's gonna beat one of the prison inmates when they make it to that tower? If he runs, he might be able to run to the end. He might be able to keep running just off the base, like just determination and shit. He might be able to do that, but once he gets outside, as long as he sticks with Gon, actually, if he sticks with like Killua and Gon, he might be able to get to it. But once he gets to that fucking tower with the inmates, nah, it ain't happening, bro.
One Deku in terms of feats, and he's probably
smart.
passed
Nah, he
this.
dead.
So we're gonna be using him post-training.
He's dead.
After going through all the training for One For All. Also, this is just fair in general because every other MC here basically has some sort of physical gift or prior training, and Deku's really the only exception. So this is kind of a necessity
He's
anyways,
smart? Nah,
due to
I don't
Chapter
know.
1 Deku probably failing right off the bat, and the lack of feats and lack of fairness. And I thought after his training, maybe it would still be a challenge.
Once he
for him.
gets
Deku
all for
doesn't
one,
really seem too strong in comparison to the others in his verse, at least on the surface.
he'll
But then
pass.
when I started looking into it, I realized he's cracked. Like, scary cracked. I'm doing a rewatch of this series right now, mainly for some other videos, wink wink. And while I've scaled some things from this series before, I was never really familiar with scaling for the first.
Yeah, like once he does the first exam, One For All. Did I say all for one? Did I say one for all? What the fuck did I say? Yeah, you're right. Leorio passed. Oh, wait a minute. Fuck. Oh, shit. You're right. You're right about that. Deku has main character itis, right? He has the main character power. So, you know what? I changed it. I'm changing it. He's passing.
Parts of it. I never paid
Plot
attention to it.
armor? You give
The
him
whole
plot
reason I'm going on
armor?
this tangent is because
He's
Deku's
passing
scaling
this shit.
surprised me so much that I decided I'm
Easy.
going to make a completely separate video scaling him without a quirk. That'll be coming out soon. By the way, if you're liking this so far, be sure to drop a like. It lets
I'm
me know
dropping
you
a
want to see
like.
more like this.
I'd
This is
drop
just to
10
convey
if
my
I could.
shock at how strong he is. Like, yeah, if we use him pre-training, he's probably screwed. He's a below-average guy. He's pretty intelligent, but he's a quirkless, weak kid. But with his training to prepare for his quirk,
My God.
his stamina, speed, and power are actually
Plus, he has green hair. Yeah, like, who the fuck is failing if they have green hair? He's basically gone.
pretty high, especially when you consider that he was doing decently well in his training at UA without using One For All much. Like, by regular human standards, he's the strongest person on Earth. So for one, his stamina is really high. He always pushes his body to the
Yeah, we should remove plot armor. Like, could these characters pass without plot armor? You know?
limit constantly and isn't stopped by extreme pain. And he's got incredible willpower. That's going to be really helpful for this exam. In combat, he's supersonic and his reactions are even faster. His travel speed's much lower, comparable basically to an athlete. But in combat, he really shines. And none of this is due to One For All either. He even tells All Might at one point that he only gets a small boost from it. He can't even control 5% of it at this point without breaking his bones, and he rarely does use it. And humans in My Hero Academia are just strong by default for some reason. Even a certain character later on becomes quirkless
Yeah.
and is pulling off good feats. I
Yeah.
won't say who, but if you
Everybody's
go that far,
powerful
you
in this
know.
world.
And like, look at his training with All Might. He's carrying a nearly 600-pound All Might. He cleaned up an entire beach, which includes moving a truck on his own through sand. And
Oh,
other
he's
trash.
passing.
He's taken
He's
point-blank
definitely passing.
explosions
I don't know
from
what the
Bakugo,
fuck
his
I was
building level
saying,
at
bro.
worst, and has traded blows
Of
with
course
him to
he's
knock the
passing.
wind out of him. And this is all kind of low.
He might have a
bar.
better
Again, I
chance
plan on
than,
making a completely
what's his
separate
name?
video for this just because
Fucking
it's
Son
interesting to
Goku.
me.
No, I didn't
But
mean
his
that.
raw stats are really
I didn't mean
impressive,
that.
but the most impressive thing is his brain. Not only is he
Did he
incredibly
just
battle
spoil?
smart,
I
he's
don't know.
just
I wasn't
relatively
listening.
regular smart in general. Especially in a setting
That's why
like
I'm
this, he should
talking,
really
in
excel.
case he says a
He's
spoiler.
incredibly driven. He's motivated. He's got insane willpower. He's got the raw stats to back all this up. And he's a really analytical and adaptable fighter. For that reason, I think he actually makes it through the exam fairly easily.
Yeah.
At least
I
looking at
agree.
him after his training.
I agree.
And he'd definitely be able
I'm
to unlock
skipping
mana at some
Luffy.
point.
I don't want any
We saw how
fucking
quickly
Gear
he was able
7
to learn and adapt
spoilers.
to a quirk, especially
Yeah.
one as complex as One For
Who
All.
the fuck is
Learning
gonna
a control
fail
hand
this?
Wouldn't be an issue for him.
This is main
Next up, we have
characters.
Yusuke, and full disclosure here, I only
Of
just
course
started
he's
watching
gonna
Gundam.
pass.
I'm about
Look at
3
that
arcs in.
stance.
Thankfully, this video is only based on the first arc of each series, but I've also never scaled anything to do with this series before, and I don't know
What
if
do
there's
y'all
some info
think?
I'm going to leave
Yes
out,
or no?
like
Is he
some
passing?
more reveal later on that actually does apply
Episode
to the
1
first
Yusuke.
chapters. Like, for example, people finding out Goku's a Saiyan, which changes the entire context of the manga before it. I don't know if there's any of that here. So this is solely based off of what
Technically, he could take the exam because it's like the same author. So just throw him in the exam. Oda should have put him in the exam, like a background character. There we go.
I'm seeing in the first arc.
You know what I mean?
If there's some sort of inaccuracy.
This should have been like a Yu Yu Hakusho. Wait, did I say Oda again? What the fuck, man? Why do I keep mixing them up?
Because of that explains it.
Tagachi.
Anyways, based on what I'm seeing,
Sorry, I'm getting gods mixed up.
early Yusuke actually kind of struggles.
God
with this.
damn it.
He has a lack of experience and how he carries himself. I think at this point in the story, he's not really too fit to be a hunter, and he's on the weaker side of these characters that I've chosen as well. I wanted to include him here because, despite me not finishing
If
the series
Tagashi
yet,
wrote a
I'm really liking
character
it so
that
far,
passed in
and
the
it has
fucking
same author as
exam,
Hunter x Hunter,
he'll
so
find
it feels
a way.
really fitting to put it here. He definitely has the potential to be a good hunter, but pre-training, it's going to be a bit tough for him to pass the exam.
Ooh. See, I don't know anything about him, but damn, I'm surprised. I'm asking myself, I'm like, which main character would actually lose the hunter exam? Like, which one of them would fail? I mean, Killua failed.
I'd say he probably makes it through the preliminary, and he definitely has the stamina for the run.
But then he
has the
passed.
guts and bravery for the egg hunt. But
Post-training, he passes. Okay, I mean, you can say that about a lot of characters.
I feel like beyond
I still don't know if Deku would win pre-training, like All Might meeting. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. I feel like he wouldn't.
Struggles. There's definitely a higher chance that he's going to lose the tournament, for example. For Trick Tower, I'd say maybe it's 50-50. And for Zeval Island, it's going to be really tough, especially up against the people that he's going to be facing. So let's take him after he does his training. If we equalize his stats...
Yeah, man, what the fuck? When they get to that island... Wait a minute, wait a fucking minute. I forgot. If Deku gets to that island, he is not passing. What if he runs into Hisoka? What if he runs into the guy in the cave? The girl, like the guy with the snakes? You know what I mean? What if he runs into Gon with his fishing rod? Or fucking Tonpa?
To Gon, who actually scales a bit higher than...
I think the baseball kids might even beat his ass. Nah, he dying, bro. Deku's not passing. Get the fuck out of here. He not passing. What's he gonna do? Cry? He's gonna cry at Hisoka? Oh, no! Like, he was a fucking crybaby little bitch in the beginning.
Him.
He ain't
Or if
passing.
we just flat out give him his spirit abilities and say they're Nen abilities instead.
Son Goku, whatever the fuck his name is, baby Goku. He'd run around the whole island, bro. He'd just fly in the air. He'd take somebody's thing and fly away. Think about that. That's all you gotta do, Son Goku, bro. You creep up to somebody, you take their tag, and you fly. You fly away, bro, and you stay in the air the rest of the fucking tournament until it ends. How the fuck are you gonna be knocked down? You could fly off the island. You could fly to the boat. Remember that Archer kid past Nick? Oh, yeah, I remember that.
I think his strength
Monkey
after training
Goku.
definitely will help him here,
Monku.
and he should be able to pass it. His attitude and nature might still pose some sort of issues here.
He looks like a badass. I know nothing about Yu Yu Hakusho other than I promoted one of the statues once and they never fucking sent it to me. So fuck those people at Figurama Collectibles, whatever they're called. Fuck them. They didn't even give me my money. They didn't give me money. It was like free promotion, bastards. Fuck them.
But he's definitely capable of passing it, especially post-training. So even though I feel like he'd fail if we just take him right from chapter 1,
But he looks like a
he'd definitely
badass.
have a decent performance.
I think he'd win.
and surely would have the potential to eventually unlock Nen.
Deku would see him and fucking cry.
I think his issue here is
Yeah,
really
Zoro
just
would get lost for
I
sure.
guess that's kind of a pun. Next up, Yuji. Of course, no Sukuna.
Of course. Yuji was pretty powerful before even Sukuna went inside of him. Ayo. You saw what he was doing? Like, he was popular kid and shit. Hell no. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think he'd pass. I honestly think he'd pass.
Like I said, biological things are allowed
Y'all
to
say
stay,
Deku
so
would pass and
I'm
he
not gonna be
wouldn't?
spoiling anything for the manga here, but we do get more info about Yuji's
Yeah,
past
didn't he
later on.
break a world
If you know
record
what I'm referring to,
before
Yuji.
Sukuna
So that explanation for his
went
strength
up his
stays
ass?
here. But even right at the beginning of the series, Yuji is freakishly powerful.
Yeah.
Not to mention, Yuji's perseverance is really going to help him pull through here, combined with his physical prowess.
Look at him. Look at him. The guy behind him is pretty much the people that were on the island. Makes up like 80% of those people. And then look at him.
So, like, right in the first arc, before he even gets Sukuna,
He just
it
knocked
is
somebody
made very
fucking
apparent
head
that
off
Yuji's
with
really
that.
strong. Right off the bat, it's stated that he could reach speeds of nearly 40 miles an hour, which makes
He can run 40 miles per hour. Y'all saying no?
him the fastest human on Earth by
You know
a pretty
what?
big margin,
I want to see who passed the hunter exam.
too. We don't know his reaction speed or combat speed.
He's
here,
passing.
But if his travel speed is that high, likely his reaction and combat speed is much higher, because that's usually how it goes with those things. He even was fighting a cursed spirit that was destroying his school. And
What's different between Itadori and Gon in the hunter exam phase when Gon was taking it? Be honest. Be honest with yourselves.
even Megumi was impressed by his strength. We could say he's around small building level.
Bro, I heard somebody call Megumi Megumi on TikTok the other day. Not TikTok. I don't watch that fucking bullshit. I meant Instagram Reels.
I think Yuji would pass the exam pretty easily. Zevil Island might be an issue, and maybe the tournament as well, given how strong the people are that he's going up against. But the first few phases definitely aren't an issue for him, and his perseverance alone should help carry him through a lot of this.
He'd make it.
In the end, I think he should be able to unlock Nen as well. Next, we'll look at Luffy. You might think...
You know what? There's spoilers in this section, so I'm not going to watch this section, but I'll tell you right off the bat. Will Luffy pre-Devil Fruit win the Hunter exam? I was thinking about it throughout the video. I think he will. I think he has that attitude. With the Devil Fruit, of course, he's winning. You can say that about any character. Oh, when they get their powers, of course they're going to fucking win. But it's not about that, bro. But I think Luffy, he'll pass it without even knowing he passed it. He's dumb as fuck. Yeah, but the dumbness will work. You know what I mean? Like, he'll win and he'll be like, wait, what the fuck? Nani? I won? You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't even want to win. He'll probably go to Killua route. Fucking kill somebody. He was 4 years old before the gum fruit. You're right. Oh my god, I was thinking he didn't have the devil fruit until he got out of the barrel that by Alvida's boat. What the fuck am I smoking, bro? Oh my god. So we're talking about baby Luffy. No! Wait, no! What the fuck? What's he gonna do? Especially with Hisoka there, if he sees a little kid? What's he gonna do? It's like throwing a baby bear into a cage of gorillas. The fuck, is he gonna win with his cuteness? He's losing, bro.
Luffy's pretty disappointed.
He's losing. I want to see what he gave him. Hold on, I want to see what he gave him. Did he say pass?
Next, Joestar.
Wait, what did he say? What did he say? I'm not listening. I'm not looking. I just want to see what he puts. La 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 la. He didn't even put it.
With battle IQ.
He didn't even put it. So I'm just gonna say no, he didn't.
And I think he would next. Joseph Joestar. Not to mention, he'd be able to unlock Nen in the end. He seems to be a good learner.
He'd learn Nen, of course. Of course he would. But he's not passing the exam as a fucking baby. He says
Next,
he passes.
Joseph
Really?
Since we're using the first appearance of everyone.
Of course he'd pass.
Here,
are you
serious?
serious?
Going to be using part 2, Joseph. The one issue with this is the fact that a lot of his power is derived from Hamon,
100%.
even though he does seem to be naturally strong regardless. However, Joseph has also been stated to just naturally use Hamon well, and has done so from the get-go. And even using Hamon is just really a breathing technique. The efficiency with it seems
still
almost like
teenage
something he's been born
Luffy?
with. Still,
The fuck is teenage Luffy gonna do without the devil fruit?
he hadn't mastered it by this point, and he also doesn't have a stand.
It's no devil fruit, Nick, not a child version. So it's just Luffy is like how Luffy is without the devil fruit. I don't
So
still
honestly,
know.
we're not
What is he
gonna
gonna
use
do?
Purple here, but I was debating on how to adjust Joseph here. Although Hamon being kind of a natural thing to him, and just based on breathing, it could kind of fit as is. Like, I don't think it's unreasonable to treat it basically as a form of martial arts here. We could assume his physical power is just as it's shown, and we'll
Look
just
at
remove
him.
the weird aspects
You
of
think
Hamon,
he's not
like how he affects
passing?
water, for example. Of course, he's strong as is. Hamon just buffs him further. Either way you look at it, Joseph is a favorite to pass this exam as is. His raw power, even without
100%.
Hamon, should be pretty good. His charm and
He's
personality
gonna beat the fuck out of Hisoka.
could really help him go far in forming relationships with other hunters here too, so he probably won't be on anyone's bad
Would Hisoka pass without his Nen? That's the real question.
side, unless they think he's too full of himself or something. But the most important aspect of him that I think will really
He has Garp's genes. I don't know, man. Y'all making me like say things like I don't even know. You're making me rethink everything. You're right. Wait a minute. I don't know, bro. Okay, I 100% still believe Deku's not passing. All right, you cannot change my mind on that. Deku pre-All Might meeting, he is not passing that shit, bro. He is not passing. Son Goku 100% passing. Deku no. Yusuke, I think he will. I think Yusuke will. Who else? Itadori, I think he will. Because of how powerful he is before Sukuna goes up his dick hole. Luffy, you swayed my mind on that. I really think Luffy might pass, especially with Garp's genes, with Dragon's genes and shit, bro. You saw what Garp could do? I don't even know what Garp does yet. All I know is he's strong as fuck. So Luffy, I think personality alone could actually win if he wants to. You know what? I'm gonna say Luffy passes, and Joestar definitely, Joseph definitely, bro.
mind. I don't need to tell you how smart and resourceful Joseph is.
Of course.
This is like his defining trait, at least in part 2. I'd even go so far as to say out of all the candidates here, he's probably the smartest and most adaptable.
Yeah.
Like, not that the others are dumb.
He'd definitely win.
It's just, first of all, Joseph is
I think they all pass except for Deku.
But Joseph is just stupidly
And I love
smart,
Deku.
too. And it's absurd how quickly he can think and act, as well as forming plans for things. Like, maybe I'm glazing a bit. I love Joseph. He's my second favorite.
Glaze all you want. We need more glazing in this world. Nah, I'd pass. Yeah, exactly.
Favorite JoJo behind Johnny. But I don't think it's unreasonable to say he could probably pass this really easily. If we look at the different
I low-key
phases,
miss
none should
JoJo.
inhibit him.
Oh, fuck. Why'd I say that? I just spawned the comments.
Preliminary's fine. The run is fine. The egg hunt's fine. Trick Tower is built for him.
Oh,
Same for
no!
Form a great scheme to get badges as well. And with just one win needed in the tournament, he should be fine. Even if we make him a little bit weaker without Hamon, I think his natural strength as is should be good enough for this.
Yeah, he's fine.
Unlocking Nen would be his biggest challenge because his attitude would need correcting. Like we saw his training under Lee.
Bro, throw him in Heaven's Arena. Where do y'all think he'll make it? Y'all think he'll make it to that top floor? We should do a Heaven's Arena version. Who would succeed in Heaven's Arena? Who would be at the bottom? Who would be on the top?
Lisa. So some of that would apply here. But in the end, he should be able to get it.
100%? Yeah, he'd be on top.
As part of the exam.
Especially with Hamon.
For him.
Forget about
And
it.
to finish off the video, one more JoJo. Jotaro Kujo.
Oh my god. Kidding me? He might be the best one in here. He's making it to the tippy top, bro. He's #1, super pass.
Just like Joseph,
He doesn't even need powers. He doesn't need shit. He doesn't need Nen. He doesn't need a devil fruit.
giving him his stand unless he fails.
Look
the
at him.
exam.
Who do you know wears a hat like that? That alone makes him pass.
Technically, he was quote unquote born with the potential to have a stand, but it required Dio's awakening for it to awaken as well.
Y'all think who's better? Who's powerful? Jotaro or Joseph? Who do you think's winning that fight?
While it is related to the Joestar
Like this Jotaro or this Joseph? Not older Joseph.
potential to have a stand, but it required Dio's awakening for it to awaken as well.
Jotaro.
While it is related to the Joestar bloodline, he only manifested it after the fact. And since it requires the external force, plus the fact that he gained it so late into his life, we'll assume that he doesn't have that here. Which isn't a problem.
Bro, you see the belt he wears? He has like 3 belts. You think somebody's not gonna pass if they're wearing 3 belts?
Because thankfully he
His
actually
voice
does have
actor
some
alone
feats
makes
without
it
a
pass?
stand, too. And JoJo characters don't
Yeah,
get
Erwin.
necessarily strong with stands anyways. Although Jotaro's kind of an exception because a lot of his
Jotaro.
stand is just raw power. But he does have some feats on his own.
He doesn't need no fucking stand, bro. He can sit down and win.
Feats applicable to Jotaro, not Star Platinum. It's not like we're
Put him in a wheelchair, bro. Some Speedwagon shit.
taking a Galaxy Buster and nerfing him here. Jotaro without Star Platinum still is pretty strong. Like, at worst,
Yeah.
he's actually somewhat
Guys,
competitive
you
with
think
Gon
I
in
could
terms of
pass the
speed
Hunter
and
exam?
Maybe a bit slower, but that's like at worst. Stats-wise, he should be pretty fine here. Superhuman speeds, really quick reactions, although some of that might be attributed to Star Platinum, but also his raw power just as Jotaro.
I'd lie my way through it. What do you mean no, bro? I'd lie my way through it. I'd beat Tompa, but I'd actually win because I wouldn't be there to lose. I'd be there to win. I'd lie and I'd win my way. I'd lie my way to the fucking passing. Lie my way through that shit, bro. I say how strong I am. Meanwhile, I don't do it. Yeah, I pre-watched it. I pre-took it. I pre-took the exam.
It was pretty good. Like, he beat up an orangutan easily.
Remember that fucking episode where he did that? He fought a fucking talking
But
monkey.
also his raw power, just as Jotaro, is pretty good.
You
Like,
think he's not
he beat up an
passing the
orangutan
exam?
Easily. It sent a man flying with a kick into a garage. He
That's
breaks
why I
an
gotta
orangutan
watch
with
the
no
show
effort.
again.
And like one other really funny feat my
He
friend
beat a
brought up
fucking
to me,
monkey.
It's the fact that when he was a kid, he'd beat up a Lessie. Even as a kid, he could beat up a grown adult. So I think normal human Jotaro was more than fine here in terms of stats. And multiple times within JoJo,
I think out of every character on this list, he has the biggest chance.
across all the parts he's in, he's been shown to be really smart. He's a great strategist.
Fight me all you want.
He's
I'm right.
dependable, He's really good at tricking opponents. And just in general, he's a pretty intelligent guy. Personality-wise, he definitely has the willpower to make it through this too. Just like Joseph, I say he makes it through this pretty easily. In the end, I
Yeah.
think it's at least important to note that these MCs all should be able to unlock Nen.
Guys, would Boruto win? Would he pass?
After all, in Shonen, it's pretty common for MCs to go through hero cycles like this.
No, you're right. Like, Jotaro, out of all those characters, has my favorite character design. Of course Boruto would fucking pass. He was born special. He didn't need to find something. He didn't need to discover his Nen, probably. I don't even know. I'm just guessing. He's fucking Naruto's child. He's born a god. He's passing that shit too. He's basically Son Goku too.
Or just development like this in general. Passing some sort of test or training to unlock their crazy powers. They're literally built to be capable for that. And these MCs, they all have that. You may have also noticed I overlooked one thing in the preliminary.
Never say that.
Honestly, I think that would be the hardest part of this test. Not the ship part or the part with the Kirikos. Assuming everyone takes the same exact test as Gon, how would they react to the question about saving someone?
Oh. How would they answer the question? Wait, bro, wait a minute. How would Jotaro answer that question? Wait a minute, no, he's failing. He's fucking failing. I forgot about the question. What question? Wasn't it like, if you could save your mom or your lover from something, who would you save or something? Isn't that the question or something like that? I don't know the exact thing. He would hit the grandma? Of course he would. Wasn't like Leorio trying to hit her too?
Each of these characters has a different outlook on something like this. I went through the video assuming they'd all pass the preliminary to
Jotaro would say, shut up. Yeah, he would say that. Definitely.
begin with, but this is the defining moment. To answer this question correctly, you need to stay silent. But would any of these characters actually do that? I could see Deku picking up on the trick question.
Deku would 1,000,000% pass the question. 1,000,000%, right? Yusuke, I don't know. Y'all would have to tell me that. Itadori, I think Itadori would do it too. Luffy. Fuck. Luffy like, I don't have a dad, or I don't know, some bullshit like that, bro. I don't know. I think Luffy would pass, but he'd be stupid. Yeah, he's failing. He's fucking failing.
Same for
bro.
Joseph and Jotaro, especially the latter. He'd probably choose silence regardless. But as for the others, what would they do?
Oh my god. Son Goku and Luffy 100% fail? Yeah, I forgot about this fucking question, bro. They wouldn't even make it past. They wouldn't make it to the Kirikos, whatever the fuck they're called.
Goku, Yusuke, Luffy, and Yuji. Would they possibly try to answer the question in their own way? They're outspoken, and especially for someone like Luffy or Yuji, they have an immense determination to save others close to them. In their own ways, of course.
Oh, here's a question for y'all. Here's the question. Greed Island. Out of all of these characters in this video, who would pass Greed Island? Only one. Only one. Hey, beautiful. I love you. Goku. Jotaro. Son Goku. Jotaro. Luffy's not winning. Luffy's not winning Greed Islands. Itadori's not winning Greed Islands. Deku is not winning Greed Island. Deku's not making it to Greed Island. You like Deku? He's okay. Yeah, Liv's like almost 3 seasons in, and that's her reaction to Deku. He's okay. Yeah, Liv's gonna go play Fortnite. Ketchup says Fortnite question mark.
Yup.
Yeah, go join Liv's party.
I'm gonna play Red vs. Blue. Wait, actually, I'll invite you to my party so we're on the same team.
Saitama. They should put Saitama in this, yeah.
This isn't a fault for any of these characters either, and I'm not implying they're dumb for missing the trick question. The whole point of the question is to trick you, and to provoke you. But it does make me wonder if they'd fail from the start because of that. It really speaks to the nature.
Of course this little bastard would pass. I'm just looking at him and I know he'd pass everything. He's just fucking born gifted.
Who they are. Would this simple, thought-provoking question be what makes them fail? It almost happened with Leorio. And for a good reason.
This would be Jotaro's reaction, bro. Nah, he'd smack the motherfucker.
And two, he didn't want
He'd
to
kill
answer
the old
question.
woman.
Not to say they'd have an explosive reaction like this, but probably some reaction. One that isn't silence. We could power scale all we want. But at the end of the day, if you don't pass this question, you don't get into the exam. And this
Man, you know how many of these characters would fucking fail without even making it to the exam? I didn't even think about that. That's like the most important part. How did Ahsoka pass? Like, there's so many characters in the exam where I'm like, how did they pass? Unless he just like faked it. Unless he skipped it. Gum Gum? What, he put his gum on the old woman? Bribe? Ahsoka's smart as fuck. Yeah, I feel like Ahsoka he knew the right answer, so he just said it. Like, it doesn't matter if you feel the answer. You don't gotta feel it. He probably just knew. Yeah. I'd love to see that. I want to see everyone's journey to the exam. Was that his firis time taking it? I fucking forgot, man. I haven't watched it in a long time. Was that his first time taking it? Or was he like, I don't know. His second time, yeah. His second time? Yeah, so he knew the answer. He knew
This
it.
question is the perfect example of what it takes to be a hunter. It's meant to provoke the heart and mind. And for that, it's tough to say how they
Like, look at this. You think he's gonna fail? I feel like Jotaro would know the answer, but he still wouldn't say it because it's just not him.
Respond. I would like to think they all answer this correctly, but just some food for thought. Their unique aspirations and personalities, that'll decide how they answer this. Even if some of them might not be able to pass certain parts of it right away, or if they at least struggle with it, in the long run they definitely have potential to be hunters.
Yeah.
They all have the heart, dedication, the potential, the battle IQ, all the factors needed to eventually unlock.
Still not sold on Deku. I still honestly believe Deku would not pass this exam. Will he pass that question? 100%. But once he makes it into that room, he runs, he'll make it past that. But I feel like once he gets to that tower, bro, or he gets to the fucking Zevel Island, it ain't happening. Unless he makes it through somehow. Unless he makes it through somehow. I don't know. He's the only one I question about winning this all. Now, let's say he has all for one, right? It'll be fine. Your next line is Deku fails. Will he get past Laptop Nicholas? Oh, yeah. You think yeah, remember Nicholas? Nicholas was in the Hunter exam. Oh, my God. The one fucking character with my name. What do I keep saying? Did I say all for one again? God damn it.
What?
I keep saying all for one.
Instead of what?
One for all. I get it mixed up. It's like how I get Oda and Tagashi mixed up today, bro. I'm not in my right mind today. I think I'm on drugs or some shit today, bro.